Hi, this is Yulia's recording of problem set 3 with the disc flicking game. So first I'm going to go over the classes that I have. So I have a shape class, and that's just an abstract class for all the shapes here. And I chose to do that because I think a lot of the shapes have a lot in common. So each one has a position, an X and a Y position, and I chose to represent the lower left corner. So when you start, I thought that was easier because that way when you start, you could say that the disc was at 0, 0, because that's where the corner would be. So when you construct it, you have the 0, 0, and it just basically has a lot of get and set methods to set the X and the Y coordinates. And it also has this method get points within, and that just shows you all the points that are within that figure. So that's going to be important later on to figure out if they collide or not. Disk extends the shape method. Disk is a kind of shape. You can see here that it uses the constructor, and you started at 0, 0 because that's where all the disks start. And it also has this radius field because disk has radius, and it has a horizontal velocity and a vertical velocity. And I actually didn't fully understand the rules, so I actually have the disk only moving straight up or straight horizontally, but you could see how you could use the horizontal velocity and vertical velocity if you were shooting the disk at an angle, because you would just use sines and cosines and all of that fun stuff to figure out the horizontal and vertical velocity. So here, you still have the get points within method, and it uses the radius to figure it out. And I actually treated the disk as though it was a square too. I didn't really try to do anything overly complicated with the fact that it was a circle. And you can set the vertical speed, set the horizontal speed, and this is kind of an important method right here. And it takes an array list of shapes, and it tells you whether or not it hit anything, and it actually returns a shape. So it lets you know what you hit. And another shape is the square. Squares don't move, so it's pretty simple. It just has the shape and structure, and it also does have a side, which is pretty straightforward. So also it uses the side to get points within, and otherwise it's all the methods from the shape class. The next class I have here is the game view class. And this is the class that kind of is the view of the board. It helps you set up the board. So the board has a width and a height, pretty obviously, and it has an array list of squares and an array list of jewels. And jewels are a type of square. I didn't really see the need to make them a different class because they don't really behave any differently, but they are stored in a different array list here. So when you initialize the game, you give it the width, the height, the squares, and the jewels that you want to appear on your board. And there are a lot of get and set methods again. And you can add jewels to the list, and you can add squares. So this is kind of the most important class. It sets up, it has the whole physics in it. It sets up how you actually play the game. So the gameplay constructor takes a view as an argument, because you need a board to play on. So I actually give it a new view, and then I add things to it. So you can add disks, you can add jewels. And adding disks these are the disks that you're going to be flicking. So this is the flick method, and it describes flicking straight up. So it takes the disc that you're going to be flicking and the initial speed you're going to be using. And here I have the initial time, and then I have the time stamps. And what it's doing here is finding out the time passed, seconds, and yeah, and I have this if time is greater than 0, just so it doesn't keep doing it every second. You don't want it to keep, just keep going and going and going, because otherwise it just be using too much. And I don't really know what to say about it. It just uses the formula of distance equals 1 speed times time plus 1/2 acceleration times time squared. So that's that. And then there's also a separate method. Where is it? For moving the disc horizontally. And horizontally, we don't really have any acceleration, so it's kind of like a simplified version of the vertical one, because it just takes and moves the disc, and that is kind of it. Oh, okay. So there's also this main class. Basically, I made it to test the game. So here it is, and it's kind of like a game you can play with. You can set up the. Well, why don't I just run it and show you that way? Okay, so it asks you how wide you'd like your board to be. So let's make it really big. And we're just going to make it a square. And we only want to make it really easy. We want 3 obstacles. We want 8 jewels. And we're just going to do 1 disc for now. And you can just enter your initial vertical velocity, and then you can add a horizontal velocity for it to start moving horizontally. So let's enter 50. So you hit the ground, and then you lost. Oh, and I forgot to take this line out, and I think this was just printing out the speed. So you see it starts off pretty fast, and then it gets slower, and then when it gets negative, it starts moving down until we finally hit the ground, and we didn't hit anything, so we lose. And that is pretty much it.